Now, live in HD, the 7 a.m. News Hour on Fox 22 with Clay Gordon and Kristen Hosfeld.
Good morning and Happy New Year. I'm Clay Gordon. Kristen Hosfeld has the morning off. Here's what we have for you today. As the clock struck midnight all over the world, crowds celebrated the start of a new year. Plus, back at home, the cold temperatures didn't stop emergency crews from knocking down an electrical fire at a petroleum equipment company over in Hamden yesterday. And we'll dip into the archives to reveal some of the funniest moments right here on the news desk. Already getting some chuckles this morning out of that. Now, all that and more local news is on the way, but first here's meteorologist Jim Dickey with your forecast.
A cold New Year's Day here today. Your AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by Quality Jewelers, 57 Washington Street, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor. For buying that perfect gift or selling your silver or gold, it's Quality Jewelers. Fairly quiet looking out across the region, but as is always the case, whenever you see these streamers coming off of Lake Ontario, good indication that Arctic air is moving in. That's exactly what's going on. Arctic air has set up shop. It will be quite cold once again here today. In many spots not escaping the single digits once again. We do keep it dry outside of a stray flurry this morning. Off to our west, though, you sort of see some snow setting up across portions of southern Michigan, northern Ohio. This is an Arctic front. There's a system that's going to gather here as we head forward in time, bringing the potential for some significant late week snowfall. That front is set up overhead already here today, but no moisture with it. So we keep it dry, but we're on the cold side of that front, so frigid across the board. Just about everyone, the teens at most. 19 Eastport, Machias, 14 with sunshine into Woodland. Keep it at 18 in Ellsworth. We do manage 21 in Belfast under mainly sunny skies. 12, cold day in Skowhegan at 19 into Waterville and 18 in Augusta. Keeping it at 8, frigid day in Dexter and Lincoln. We do manage 18 to Pittsfield. Only at 1 here in Greenville under sunny skies. A frigid 6 in both Millinocket and Dover-Foxcroft. 12 here in Bangor, mixed of clouds and sunshine throughout, keeping it dry. Now into the overnight hours, brutally cold. Easily the coldest night so far, well, certainly this year, but so far this cold season, down to minus 16. Challenging records. If we reach that minus 16 before midnight, that will set a new record for New Year's Day. The record for January 2nd, that's in the minus 20s. We won't get anywhere near that in all likelihood. Small craft advisory in effect through the evening hours. Those winds stream out of the northwest, 20-25 knots, gusts at times as high as 30 knots. Step on through your exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast. Potential storm here. Snow arriving Thursday, lasting through Friday. At this point in time, looks like the heaviest snow likely to stay to our south, but we could easily get 6 inches out of this. That's not out of the question. Staying cold into Saturday, only at 10. Back to the 20s for Sunday. Next storm, Monday.
Thank you, Jim. All over the world, the start of 2014 came with hour-by-hour celebrations. Reporter Andrew Spencer takes a look at the different places where and the different ways how people brought in the new year.
Happy New Year!
As the final seconds of 2013 ticked away, revelers all over the world celebrated the start of the new year. One of the most iconic celebrations, of course, is the one in New York's Times Square. When it came to the fireworks display, it's no exaggeration to call the show in Dubai record-breaking. The city set a world record by setting off roughly 400,000 pyrotechnics to ring in the new year. That's more than 5 times as many fireworks as the previous record holder. London opted to go big on taste. Choreographed into the fireworks display was a shower of banana-flavored confetti, vegan, kosher, and hypoallergenic. But the biodegradable party favors don't take the cake for different. For that, look to the drag queen drop in Key West, Florida. Here's Sushi, as he calls herself, entering 2014 in a giant high-heeled shoe. In Vincennes, Indiana, it was the big watermelon drop, and what else in Boise, Idaho, but the big spud. In Nashville, Tennessee, a little country music before the countdown, and afterwards a rowdy round of Auld Lang Syne. And who could forget the city where the night is typically more bright with neon than with fireworks, Las Vegas, as the world rings in the new year, 1 hour at a time. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Well, emergency crews braved the cold weather Tuesday, fighting an electrical fire at a petroleum equipment company right here in Hamden. Just before 1 p.m., Bangor Fire, along with crews from Hamden and Herman, responded to the John W. Kennedy Company in the Hamden Business and Commerce Park. Crews say the electrical fire started in the walls but was knocked down quickly. There were 2 employees in the building at the time, but they, along with first responders, made it out safely.
It was a very quick stop. Crews worked, they worked really well inside. We were aided by the sprinkler system as well that tripped after a while.
Officials tell us, despite the name, petroleum was not actually stored at this location. Police are urging drivers to slow down while commuting during this cold spell in our area. This car lost control on I-95 southbound on-ramp near mile marker 182 Tuesday morning. Witnesses told police the vehicle was driving too fast for the conditions, touched a snowbank and flipped over. The driver was sent to the hospital with what police are calling minor injuries. Troopers are warning drivers that the on-ramps are still covered with ice and snow.
If you just slow down, take your time, you're going to get to where you're going safely.
One lane of traffic was shut down. The other was moving at a crawl while crews cleared that scene. The name of the driver has not been released. Fox 22 has obtained the court affidavit that details the grisly investigation into the murder of Hillary Sines. Reporter Andrew Scheinthal learns more on how the community of Ellsworth is coping and what the number 11 means when it comes to domestic abuse-related homicides right here in Maine.
11. To some, it's just a number, but to those who fight domestic violence, it's a number with a major problem.
We want it, of course, to be different. We want that number to start going down, and every year it just keeps happening.
The latest happened on Christmas Day. Police say a mother's life was taken by her abusive husband, all while her 2 children were home at the time.
This is the first one with little children at home. And that affects, I mean, when you think about it, it affects the school because you have all the students that go to school with both children, all the teachers that are involved.
This homicide is only the 3rd during Detective Dottie Small's tenure at Ellsworth PD.
They're all domestic related, and 2 of them are, they were a very long time ago. I mean, I've been here for almost 33 years.
Officials say they don't want to see a number as high as 11 again. Hobbs says one way is to change a belief system.
That is the thing that we are trying to do, is make that happen so that no one believes they have the right to hurt or certainly not murder someone else.
As for the community of Ellsworth, well, they're coping after this latest tragedy.
I'm hearing, what can we do to help? Everybody wants to help the children and make this easier for them.
If you need help for any reason or believe you may be a victim, there is support. One number to call is 800-315-5579. I'm Andrew Scheinthal reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
After months of speculation, the rumors have been put to rest. Bangor City Councilor Joe Baldacci says he will not seek the Democratic Party's nomination for Maine's 2nd Congressional District. Baldacci first broke the news on his Facebook page saying, quote, "Circumstances dictate that right now is not the right time." The counselor and longtime lawyer states he's in the midst of some high-profile cases that he feels is his duty to follow through with. The opening came up for grabs when 6th-term U.S. Representative Mike Michaud announced his intention of running for governor in 2014. Baldacci says he will continue to support Michaud's campaign. For nearly 36 hours, the Penobscot-Neros Bridge was closed after falling ice damaged passing vehicles. Monday night, the bridge spanning Prospect and Verona Island reopened for passage. Maine DOT brought in a crane to try and break ice from the suspension cables. However, that was unsuccessful. Officials deciding at that point to reopen the bridge, saying colder temperatures should prevent additional ice from falling. DOT officials say there will be a planned closure at some point this week, and we should know more details later on. And still to come here this morning, we look back at the most viewed stories of the past year. You don't want to miss it. But first, another quick check of the forecast. Bitter temperatures throughout the area. Our morning forecast shows negative numbers for your commute. Checking the rest of the week now, colder with flurries on Thursday, which continues into Friday.
Why do this when you can do this? Day and night skiing, snowboarding, and tubing right in your own backyard. Herman Mountain is the perfect place to learn too. Check out our 4-week Learn to Ski Board programs. 4 weeks of lessons, lift tickets, and rentals for under $100. Great activities you can learn and enjoy at any age.
All this fun and snow is waiting for you and your family just minutes away here at Herman Mountain.
Here at the Diamond and Gold Mine Outlet, we buy, sell, trade, consign, appraise, and do repairs on new and estate jewelry. We also specialize in all types of coins, sterling silver and flatware, as well as buy certain smartphones, iPods, iPads, and laptops, even if they're broken. So why get paid for just your gold? Stop into the Diamond and Gold Mine Outlet. Get our local coupons in stands or online at localcouponoutlet.com. A great place to shop and a great place for advertisers.
It's Wholesale Distributors. We're a super huge store with super huge deals and continuously changing stock. And now we're open to the public. We've got wholesale prices, closeout prices, and something for everyone. Take the drive to Benton. We're just down the road from Unity Raceway. A little out of the way, but well worth the drive. It's Maine Wholesale Distributors. Wholesale, retail, closeout deals with new added inventory every week.
MyThrill Studio features some of the latest tools for high-tech audio recording, accompanied by an impressive facility, comfortable atmosphere, and reasonable rates. MyThrill Studio clients gain an edge on achieving top-notch results. At MyThrill Studio, we work with our clients not aggressively to attain time-efficient progress. MyThrill Studio also provides on-site recording for your one-time occasions. MyThrill Studio on Blueberry Hill in Winterport, committed to meeting all your recording needs.
If you can only watch one late-night local news, make it Fox 22 News at 10 on your primetime local news leader, Fox 22.
Well, each and every day we cover a lot of breaking news, which includes fires, accidents, and crime. But it's not all doom and gloom, and many of our feature stories have been your favorites. Kristen Hosfeld took a look at some of our top viewed, shared, and liked feel-good stories of the past year.
Beginning our top 10 list of most viewed stories from 2013 was that of a Florida girl receiving her request through Make-A-Wish. The 6-year-old fighting cancer had her wish granted by seeing snow right here in Maine.
As soon as she saw the snow, she was really happy to get into the snow.
At number 9 was our behind-the-scenes look at the New Cross Insurance Center ahead of its grand opening. The state-of-the-art facility opened its doors in September, with the Harlem Globetrotters as the new arena's opening event.
Scientists and engineers who do some great things.
A special report on Dr. Habib Dogger was our 8th most viewed story of 2013. Dogger, the brainchild behind floating offshore wind technology, launched the first prototype off of Maine's coast in May. At number 7 was this year's Battle of the Bands. The winning group Skosh earned themselves an opening slot at the 2013 Kabang Music Festival. A woman looking to create a better life for her son by opening a business came in at story number 6. Shauna Wheeler opened Sheer Attraction Salon, offering customers eyelash extensions. At number 5 was the 200 Maine maritime students who set sail on a 2-month training cruise to ports across North America and the Caribbean. The 2013 qualifying rounds for the Northeast Winter Nationals came in at number 4. The Medway races brought snowmobilers from as far away as Michigan to compete.
I've always known this.
At number 3 was our ABC7 and Fox 22 exclusive. A look at a day in the life of Maine Senators Angus King and Susan Collins on Capitol Hill.
Since everything happened in December, there's been letters and crafts from kids, and every once in a while there's something that really hits hard, and this was one of them.
Our second most clicked story was the Rock of Angels, a Maine-made memorial created to honor the lives lost in the Sandy Hook shooting. We traveled with the monument from Maine to Connecticut, hearing the stories of the people whose lives were forever changed in December of 2012.
I'm over the moon. It's been 326 days, not that I've been counting, and we're very, very ready for him to come home.
100 members of the Maine Army National Guard returning from Afghanistan was our most viewed and shared story of 2013. Just a day before Father's Day, one local soldier met his baby boy for the very first time.
It was the single best moment of my entire life.
And 2013 was a fantastic year for news. Well, forget New Year's resolutions. In Washington, both Democrats and Republicans will now have to deal with the very real political realities of 2014. Fox's Doug Luzader has the story from Washington.
One can only hope that folks in Washington savored New Year's Eve, because there won't be much time now to reflect on what happened last year. Right out of the gate this year, Congress will have to decide whether to extend emergency unemployment benefits that expired over the weekend. And that battle may be nothing compared to what could be a knockdown, drag-out fight over the debt ceiling. With the national debt easily topping $17 trillion, Republicans in Congress will be looking for something from the White House in exchange for allowing the debt to grow even larger.
The debt ceiling legislation is a time that brings us all together and gets the president's attention, which with this president, particularly when it comes to reducing spending, has been a bit of a challenge.
The Democrats are already suggesting a populist pivot, a push for a higher minimum wage and an emphasis on what they see as a poll-tested winner in 2014, income inequality.
There is no greater challenge this country has than income inequality, and we must do something about it.
The president, meantime, faces the same challenge familiar to any second half of a second-term president, setting an agenda as a lame duck.
I've said before, I've run my last political race. So at this point, my goal every single day is just to make sure that I can look back and say, we're delivering something. Not everything, because this is a long haul.
A long haul with approval numbers in the 40s. So does he have the political capital to make his mark in 2014? Or in the wake of the flawed Obamacare launch, will Democrats in Congress pay a price in the midterm elections? Republicans already have their sights set on winning control of the Senate. And the numbers give the GOP at least a shot at doing that. For starters, Republicans are defending just 14 seats in the Senate next year. Compare that to the 21 that Democrats will have to defend. Overall, Democrats control 55 seats, Republicans 45, which means they're 6 seats away from retaking the majority. Not an easy thing to do, but certainly plausible. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Well, get this. A man steals a safe from a restaurant in Weymouth, Massachusetts, while the restaurant was open. That crime caught on camera, and Kelly Tuthill reports police and the restaurant owners now are hoping to catch that crook.
There he is.
The suspect enters Stockholder's restaurant in Weymouth through an employees-only entrance.
We have him on video coming in the door, passing our manager for a second.
The suspect leaves, but minutes later he returns. It's 7:30 Sunday night. The Route 18 restaurant is packed with diners. The suspect slips downstairs. He's on the phone, perhaps getting help as he wanders around the prep room. Soon he finds what he's looking for here in the office. It's a safe like this one, filled with money. It's locked. He didn't waste any time trying to open it. Instead, he puts a trash bag over the 250-pound safe and unbelievably walks up the stairs and out the back door.
250 pounds. And this guy was a big guy. I was a police officer in this town, as I said, for 10 years. I never saw anything like this.
Owner Kevin Hines won't say how much the brazen thief stole, but calls it substantial. And now he's determined to get this guy arrested.
We don't know who he is, but I'm sure someone out there does, and that's why we're offering a $2,500 reward for any information leading to the arrest and conviction of this guy.
Still to come here this morning, do you have a New Year's resolution yet? Well, if not, we hit the streets to find out some from a couple of our viewers. That's after the break, but first, here's what's going on near you.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we believe how you define success is an important part of who you are.
Success means to me waking up with a smile on your face, being able to provide for your family.
Never giving up on your dreams.
walking with my cap and gown. That will be my biggest success.
As a nonprofit university, we're committed to helping each of our students succeed.
SNHU and my family have been there every step of the way, so I know I'm going to be successful.
Fund your online graduate or undergraduate program today and see yourself succeed at snhu.edu.
Maine Alternative Comfort.
There has never been technology as advanced as mini-split heat pumps in the history of heating homes. Call Maine Alternative Comfort today to secure $800 worth of Efficiency Maine rebates and tax credits.
My heat pump paid for itself in less than 2 years, and it also cools my house.
My oil usage went from 600 gallons to 74 gallons, saving $1,200 a year.
Please give us a call.
Since 1954, Cross Insurance has provided personal insurance coverage and security to families and individuals across New England. Cross is a family-owned business that offers personal insurance solutions to protect your assets, insurance coverage for your home, cars, boats, and more. Cross is one of New England's largest insurance providers with a network of offices in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. Proud partner of the Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins, and Revolution. Cross Insurance, where security meets strength.
On the next Modern Family, here comes trouble. Cam is the school's new music teacher.
Train wreck.
And Luke is tired of doing tricks.
I want to quit magic.
The boy has a gift. You want to just throw that away?
Sorry I don't like magic as much as you, but I don't.
Look, you made a commitment. You will honor that commitment.
Ugh, I hate it here.
Luke. On the next Modern Family.
Wednesday at 7 and 7:30 on Fox 22.
And welcome back. With 2013 over, it is a season for making New Year's resolutions. Looking ahead at what might be in store for 2014, we asked people in the area what changes they've hoped to make this year.
Getting in better physical shape.
Exercise and do yoga. Keeping my grades up.
Better grades.
Get a hot girlfriend.
Oh, wait.
That was mine too.
Did you make a resolution last year? No, I hardly ever do.
I did actually. I went vegan for the whole year, and then on Thanksgiving of this year, I stopped. I had turkey.
Last year the resolution was to lose weight, and done that, and kept it off. So I'm doing good last year. We'll see about this year.
I believe that you should make a resolution with somebody else so that you can stay motivated.
When the new year comes around, you have big high hopes and you have good intentions, and then by the week after New Year's or 2 weeks after New Year's, they just go out the window.
It's difficult around the holidays. You tend to slack off, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to stick to a regular schedule. I haven't before.
It seems like a lot of people are doing the fitness thing. Why do you think that is?
They want to live longer. It's the trend.
Each other's motivation.
That sounds good.
She's my daughter,
Yep.
and we can compare what we do.
Well, what I do is I have a picture of my daughter on my refrigerator and a picture of what I look like when I was 411 pounds. So when I look at those two pictures, it tells me to close the refrigerator door again.
What a remarkable story there. Well, now here's meteorologist Jim Dickey with a look at today's weather forecast.
Cold start to 2014 here today. Happy New Year. Your AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by Quality Jewelers, 57 Washington Street, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor. For buying that perfect gift or selling your silver or gold, it's Quality Jewelers. Fairly quiet out there, just a couple of clouds. Now you see the lake effect streamers coming off of Lake Ontario, some snow across portions of Ohio into Michigan. There's an Arctic front that is set up across the region, colder air rushing in. It will be a frigid day in most locations. Many spots getting nowhere near the teens here today, held in the single digits throughout. High pressure dominates, keeping it dry, but as this front is still stalled out, as we head forward in time, a new system is going to interact with that, form up, potential for some significant significant snow as the week comes to a close. But as far as today is concerned, staying dry, some sunshine here, 19. Eastport Machias held at 14 with sun into Woodland, keeping it at 18 degrees. Cold, but sunny into Ellsworth. 21 with some sunshine into Belfast, keeping it at a cold 12 in Skowhegan. Teens for Waterville and Augusta. Keep it at 8. Cold day in Dexter and Lincoln, barely above 0 in Greenville at 1. Cold 6 in Millinocket, also at 6 in the Dover Foxcroft. 12 here in Bangor under partly to mainly sunny skies. Again, keeping it dry but breezy throughout into the overnight hours, all the way down to minus 16. Now, if we reach this before midnight, which isn't very likely, that would set a new record for New Year's Day. The record for January 2nd, that's well down into the mid to upper minus 20, so we won't come close to that. But cold, brutally cold, all in all, dangerously cold to be out and about tonight. The marine forecast, a small craft advisory in effect through the evening. Winds stream out of the northwest, 20-25 knots, gusts at times as high as 30 knots. And now we step on through to exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast. Again, threat for snow. Storm system rolling up the coast. At this point in time, looks like the heaviest snow will stay to our south, but somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 inches, not out of the question with this storm here lasting into Friday, staying cold throughout as well. Both nights well down below 0. A cold Saturday as well at 10. Back to the 20s on Sunday. Next threat for snow comes on Monday.
EBS Building Supplies knows that people make all the difference. That's why their Style Solutions designers have the expertise to make your home improvement simple. You pick the colors, the cabinets, and all the details, and their designers will lay it all out for you. So that kitchen or bath that you have in your head, see it first, then make it a reality. Combine that with EBS selection, free delivery, and a store near you. Style Solutions means one-stop shopping. EBS Building Supplies can do. Just ask.
Get blown away by this unbelievable deal. You can now get Dish starting at just $19.99 per month. For a limited time, get a free $50 Visa gift card. You will also receive HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Stars free for 3 months, along with Blockbuster at Home, which includes over 100,000 titles. Ask about DishNet high-speed internet. Call Dish Activations now, 1-888-882-DISH, 1-888-882-DISH.
Here's a great bonus deal from Half Off Dining at foxbangor.com.
Visit the newly remodeled In-Room Sports Pub located in Palmyra just off exit 159 of I-95. Expanded menu. Enjoy live bands or DJs on the weekend with karaoke Thursdays. The In-Room has a full-length bar plus pool tables, video games, and pinball.
A limited supply available. On sale now. Save money with Half Off Dining at foxbangor.com.
Number 13 Oklahoma State looks to light up the scoreboard. But number 8 Missouri will fight fire with fire.
Wow, look at
The AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic, Friday on Fox. Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. The NFC Wild Card, Sunday on Fox.
Welcome back. Many folks out there will look at the New Year's as a fresh start, but it's not just people that can make changes. Dr. Dave Cloutier of the VZ Vet Clinic says that pets can make changes too. Here's this week's Pet Connection.
Well, that time of year again, everyone has to make their New Year's resolution. Standing here amongst all these healthy food choices around me reminds me that the best New Year's resolution for our pets, if they're overweight, is to have them lose some weight. If they're underweight, they could gain, but if they're overweight, which many of our pets are, some help in that department comes from the VZ Vet Clinic's annual Biggest Loser contest. Come in, see one of our technicians, they will do a nutrition consult, figure out what your pet should be eating, maybe we need to change foods, oftentimes change amounts, make some healthy snack choices, and get them on their road to losing weight. Then we monitor them once a month until they reach their target weight. So normalizing your pet's weight this New Year's would be a great resolution to make.
Thank you, Dr. Dave. And still to come here on the next half hour on Fox 22, we pulled together some of the funniest 2013 moments from the news team. You'll enjoy it. I promise you that. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
The Heart Ball on February 22nd celebrates the Heart Association's mission to build healthier lives, free of cardiovascular disease and stroke.
Dollars raised fund critical research, education, and help develop treatment guidelines. As a heart transplant recipient of 25 years, I know how important it is that this work continues.
I hope you'll join us for this special night where we can all ignite the spark in our community to advocate, live healthy, and promote the Heart Association's mission.
Your support saves lives. See you on February 22nd.
Do you remember your first place, dear? You get settled in and you don't even have a can opener for that food in your pantry. It's the same for people moving out of shelters. That's where Welcome to Housing volunteers come in. They collect donations of house goodies from nice people like you and give them to people in need. It's like a hat-warming, house-warming sort of thing. Visit them at welcometohousing.com.
Happy New Year from Fox 22. Now, the 7 a.m. News Hour continues on Fox 22 with Clay Gordon and Kristen Hosfeld.
Happy New Year and welcome back. Negative temperatures as we continue through the morning hours today. Possible snow on the way tomorrow as well. Here's Jim Dickey.
A cold New Year's Day here today. Your AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by Quality Jewelers, 57 Washington Street, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor. For buying that perfect gift or selling your silver or gold, it's Quality Jewelers. Fairly quiet looking out across the region, but as is always the case, whenever you see these streamers coming off of Lake Ontario, good indication that Arctic air is moving in. That's exactly what's going on. Arctic air has set up shop. It will be quite cold once again here today. In many spots not escaping the single digits once again. We do keep it dry outside of a stray flurry this morning. Off to our west, though, you sort of see some snow setting up across portions of southern Michigan, northern Ohio. This is an Arctic front. There's a system that's going to gather here as we head forward in time, bringing the potential for some significant late week snowfall. That front is set up overhead already here today, but no moisture with it. So we keep it dry, but we're on the cold side of that front, so frigid across the board. Just about everyone, the teens at most. 19 Eastport, Machias, 14 with sunshine into Woodland. Keep it at 18 in Ellsworth. We do manage 21 in Belfast under mainly sunny skies. 12, cold day in Skowhegan at 19 into Waterville and 18 in Augusta, keeping it at 8. Frigid day in Dexter and Lincoln. They do manage 18 to Pittsfield, only at 1 here in Greenville under sunny skies. A frigid 6 in both Millinocket and Dover-Foxcroft. 12 here in Bangor, mixed of clouds and sunshine throughout, keeping it dry. Now into the overnight hours, brutally cold. Easily the coldest night so far, well, certainly this year, but so far this cold season, down to minus 16. Challenging records. If we reach that minus 16 before midnight, that will set a new record for New Year's Day. The record for January 2nd, that's in the minus 20s. We won't get anywhere near that in all likelihood. Small craft advisory in effect through the evening hours. Those winds stream out of the northwest, 20-25 knots, gusts at times as high as 30 knots. Step on through your exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast. Potential storm here. Snow arriving Thursday, lasting through Friday. At this point in time, looks like the heaviest snow likely to stay to our south, but we could easily get 6 inches out of this. That's not out of the question. Staying cold into Saturday, only at 10. Back to the 20s for Sunday. Next storm, Monday.
Thank you, Jim. Hundreds of Bangor Hydro customers were without power for about an hour Tuesday after a tree fell on a substation power line in Herman. The electricity was shut off to the substation so that crews could remove the tree from the lines. Here you can see one of the areas impacted, the intersection of Odland and Hammond at the end of I-395 in Bangor. Power company workers trying to get the street lights back in working order while the Bangor Police Department directed traffic for the heavily traveled area. The power was restored just before 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Power company crews have been working tirelessly for more than a week now to restore power across the entire state. Many folks still feeling the impacts of the recent ice storm, but as of 11 a.m. Tuesday morning, Bangor Hydro sent out its final outage report, and at last check, less than 100 customers were without power. A big difference from the 40,000 Bangor Hydro customers who were in the dark at some point. The company says crews will continue to work around the clock to restore power to all. And if you look outside, you've probably noticed that ice still clings to trees, power lines, and even the sides of houses. which can be problematic for some homeowners. Experts say ice from the recent storm isn't melting as quickly as snow is accumulating. As this new snow melts, in many cases it reaches the end of the roof but cannot drain off because the buildup of ice. Instead, it freezes again, causing an ice jam, which has a reverse effect on shingled houses.
And when the snow melts, the ice will stop the water from getting off the roof, so what it would do is back up, and the shingles are not made for reverse. It's like taking your roof and flipping upside down. So it doesn't mean you have a bad roof, it just means that they're not made for upside down.
Gallagher says homeowners will want to knock away ice jams to prevent leaks, but should be cautious when scaling roofs and climbing ladders. In sports news, Boston Bruins in action on New Year's Eve. Bruins hosting the Islanders. Second period, score tied at 1. Bruins on the power play. Ryan Spooner passes to Patrice Bergeron, who scores with the wrist shot. Bergeron's 10th goal of the season. Bruins up 2-1 at that point. Shortly after, same scores. Daniel Chara fires the shot. Daniel Paille tips it in. Paille's 5th of the season. Bruins up by 2. Later in the second period, same score, Islanders on the power play. John Tavares passes to Thomas Vanek, who centers it. Franz Nielsen there to put it in past diving Tuukka Rask, Nielsen's 15th of the season. Islanders down 1. Kyle Opaso sends it in. The puck deflects off Brad Marchand and into the net. Take another look. Tough luck for Marchand. Opaso's 15th of the season ties the score at 3. Vanek sends it in. Tavares puts it past Rask. Let's look at the replay. Tavares scores from a very difficult angle, puts the Islanders up 4-3. But later, Andrew McDonald, he's going to pass it here to Tavares, who rips the slap shot. That's going to go by Tuukka Rask. One more look. Tavares drives it past Rask. Tavares' 16th goal of the season. Islanders would go on to win 5-3. We'll have more sports headlines coming up. And so they'll come here this morning. 2013 was a busy news year. We'll take a look at some of the headlines when we return. But first, another quick check of the forecast. Bitter temperatures throughout the area. Our morning forecast shows negative numbers for your commute. Checking the rest of the week, colder with flurries on Thursday, which will continue into Friday.
At Truckworks and more, the customer comes first and the owner is on board with that. For the right truck toolbox, Truckworks has the solution. Want an impressive set of rims or a set of special terrain tires? No one has a better selection. For summer fun, Truckworks and more suggests Traxxas, the fastest name in radio control. And for the perfect truck cap, it's ARE's truck caps. Best in quality, proudly made in the USA. Truck lifts, wheel alignment service, all at New England's largest truck accessory showroom. Truckworks and more, Outer Broadway, Bangor.
God's taken us places to be a part of that as believers. I think that's what we're discovering, that God will manifest His blessing in our life and use us to become a symbol and a source of the blessing of God.
That's it.
Use us to be the hands of God distributing His goodness.
You won't want to miss this special broadcast.
I'm not one of those big budget corporate outfits, but I am a big part of this neighborhood. How do I get the word out?
Where can I walk in to get a haircut when it's good for my schedule?
Advertise with easytouse.com.
Easytouse.com.
Easy-to-use directories offer affordable and effective Yellow Page advertising with proven results and are available in print, online, and on the go.
Your Yellow Pages connection, easytouse.com.
If you can only watch one late-night local news, make it Fox 22 News at 10 on your primetime local news leader, Fox 22.
This year, we've seen a nearly unprecedented level of partisan gridlock in Congress, but terrorism, kidnappings, a historic change in the Catholic Church, and the passing of Nelson Mandela all marked the year in news. 2013 started with all eyes on Congress, a last-minute deal to avoid the most serious consequences of the so-called fiscal cliff.
The motion is adopted.
But the failure of both parties to reach a broader agreement led to steep budget cuts known as sequestration and a debt ceiling showdown months later. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un claimed he conducted an underground nuclear test. The UN responded with new financial restrictions that even China approved. The Carnival Triumph cruise ship lost power after a fire in the engine room. Thousands of passengers drifted in the Gulf of Mexico for 5 days with hardly any food or water in the end and no working toilets. A tugboat finally pulled the ship into port in Mobile, Alabama. Jimmy Lee Dykes shot a school bus driver, kidnapped a 5-year-old boy, and held him in an underground bunker in Alabama. The standoff lasted almost a week before the FBI raided that bunker, rescued that boy, and killed Dykes. The former LAPD officer Christopher Dorner went on a killing rampage, taking out police officers and their families. The manhunt went nationwide. Dorner killed himself during a standoff with law enforcement. Gunman Aaron Alexis killed 12 people and injured others at the Washington, D.C. Navy Yard before police shot him dead. Pope Benedict became the first pontiff in nearly 600 years to resign. His successor, the Argentine Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio, took the name Pope Francis. 2 pressure cooker bombs exploded near the finish line of the Boston Marathon, killed 3 people, injured more than 250. The search for the bombers shut down the city. Police say Tamerlan and Jakar Tsarnaev also killed an MIT police officer. Investigators say Tamerlan died after his brother ran over him during a gun battle with police. Cops later found Jakar Tsarnaev in a boat in nearby Watertown, Mass. 2 days after that bombing, an explosion rocked a fertilizer plant in the town of West Texas. The blast killed 15 people, injured more than 160 others, and damaged more than 150 buildings. Gay rights took a major leap forward this year. Delaware, Minnesota, New Jersey, Illinois, Hawaii, and Rhode Island all legalized same-sex marriage, and the Supreme Court struck down the Defense of Marriage Act. The High Court also struck down key portions of the Voting Rights Act, opening the door for new election laws in at least a dozen states. An EF5 tornado swept through Moore, Oklahoma. It killed 23 people, including many children. 19 firefighters died after battling wildfires in Arizona. Investigators blamed faulty radio systems for their death. 3 women rescued after a decade as captives in a home in Cleveland. Ariel Castro pleaded guilty to more than 900 charges, including kidnapping and rape. He later killed himself in prison. Former NSA contractor Ed Snowden made off with thousands of classified documents and exposed top-secret phone and internet surveillance programs. He hid out in Hong Kong before getting asylum in Russia. Asiana Flight 214 crashed as it landed at San Francisco International Airport. Most passengers made it out alive, but 3 did not survive. Investigators say one victim actually survived the crash, but a fire truck ran her over on the runway.
We, the jury, find George Zimmerman not guilty.
A jury cleared George Zimmerman of all charges in the killing of the unarmed Florida teenager Trayvon Martin. But the trouble has not stopped for Zimmerman. Since the trial, cops have pulled him over for speeding, charged him with aggravated assault after a fight with his girlfriend.
We welcome with humble duty a future king.
A new British royal came into the world. Prince George of Cambridge is 3rd in line to become king. Chaos erupted again in Egypt. The military ousted President Mohamed Morsi, the country's first democratically elected leader. It happened after weeks of protests by Egyptians who accused Morsi and the Muslim Brotherhood of abusing their power. The death toll from the Syrian civil war topped 100,000, according to the United Nations, and U.S. officials say a chemical weapons attack near Damascus killed nearly 1,500 people. The Obama administration threatened a military response, then accepted an offer from President Assad to hand over his entire chemical weapons stockpile to a UN watchdog. House Republicans refused to raise the debt ceiling or fund the federal government unless Senate Democrats agreed to defund or delay Obamacare. The standoff led to the first partial government shutdown in 17 years. 16 days later, the two sides reached a compromise. The healthcare.gov website went live as planned, but technical problems made it nearly impossible for Americans to enroll in the new health insurance exchanges. By the end of the year, the White House said the site had made dramatic improvements. But the Obamacare fallout continued. Millions of Americans got cancellation notices from their insurance companies because their plans didn't meet the new requirements. Critics of the law said President Obama told an untruth when he promised,
if you like your health care plan, you can keep your health care plan.
The president announced he will let Americans keep the canceled plans, but only if their insurance companies agree. The world mourned when civil rights icon Nelson Mandela died. He spent 27 years in prison before leading South Africa out of apartheid and becoming that nation's first black president. Nelson Mandela was 95 years old. Looking ahead, the midterm elections in November will help decide who controls the next Congress and could give us clues about the 2016 presidential race. Of course, we'll be here for all of it.
And that was Shepard Smith reporting. Still to come here this morning, we have the preview of today's Winter Classic in Michigan as the Red Wings take on the Maple Leafs. That's after the break, but first, here's what's going on near you.
Get blown away by this unbelievable deal. You can now get Dish starting at just $19.99 per month. For a limited time, get a free $50 Visa gift card. You will also receive HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Starz free for 3 months, along with Blockbuster at Home, which includes over 100,000 titles. Ask about DishNet high-speed internet. Dish is blasting into your home with its best offer yet. You can now get Dish starting at just $19.99 per month. For a limited time, get a free $50 Visa gift card. You will also receive HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Starz free for 3 months, along with Blockbuster at Home, which includes over 100,000 titles. Ask about DishNet high-speed internet. This is the best deal in television. Call Dish Activations now. 1-888-882-DISH. 1-888-882-DISH.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy them more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Now is the time to visit Jackman. While there, enjoy the fine accommodations at Bishop's Country Inn Motel with 20 large comfortable rooms, a suite that sleeps 10, and their Whirlpool suite. Bishop's can accommodate individuals, couples, families, and groups.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Next time on The Middle.
Looking for this?
Give it back right now.
It was all just good brotherly fun.
I decided to read it for myself. Not the whole thing, of course. Just the last chapter. Want to know how it ends?
No.
Until Axel broke Brick.
Professor Faxon has been dead the whole time.
No!
Planet Nowhere is his Earth 4 million years ago.
No!
I think I killed Brick.
Next time on The Middle.
Wednesday at 6 and 6:30 on Fox 22.
Welcome back. Here is our very own Brittany DeBain with sports.
Both the Bangor girls and boys basketball teams were in action yesterday afternoon, taking on the Brunswick Dragons. We'll begin with the boys, who were at home. In the first quarter, Elliott Boyd hands off to Blake Gordon, who pulls up for the jumper. This gives Brunswick an early 14-6 lead. Still in the first, Derek Devereaux on a break, but Xavier Lewis generates a turnover. He's up ahead to Alex Campbell, who's good for 2, and that makes it a little bit closer. In the second quarter now, going the other way, Gordon on a break, but he is going to be stuffed by Campbell. He was a man on a mission during that game. Time winding down in the half, Connor Adams out to Justin Smith, who's good for 3. Bangor goes up at the half and holds on to win 49-43. Rams improve to 4-2. Then over to the girls' side of things, Dragons have a big lead at the half, but in the third quarter, here come the Rams. Katie Butler gets inside for the deuce. Now, Bangor, as we all know, is a young team. This is sophomore Sarah Bragg. She drives, and the scoop shot goes down the stretch. The Dragons are able to make their free throws, and they hold on. Brunswick wins a close one. Final score, 62-61. After finishing as runners-up in the Dr. Pepper Classic, the Black Bears will now begin preparing for league play, which starts on Sunday. And although there's still a lot of work to be done, they've seen some things, especially recently, that they'll be able to improve upon.
You know, I think offensively we've been doing a solid job. We still have room for improvement. We can still do a little bit better. You know, but shooting, you know, over 50% against Providence, and the last couple of games had over 50%, and our three-point percentage being middle of the pack in the league, or is certainly, and our turnovers being down is certainly a significant improvement from a year ago.
The Celtics hosted the Hawks for a New Year's Eve matinee. Rajon Rondo still on the sideline. We'll get back to him in a minute, but first the game in the fourth quarter. Celtics by 6. Kelly Olynyk had a career high in this one. This three-pointer here give the Celtics a little breathing room. He scored 21 in the game. Then, just over a minute to go, Paul Millsap gives the Hawks a late lead with a nice catch and lefty lay-in. 92-91. Hawks squeak out a victory. Back to Rajon Rondo. As he nears a return, head coach Brad Stevens hinted that a rehab stint with the Maine Red Claws could be possible. This week, Stevens said he has offered the idea to Rondo, but it would be the point guard's ultimate decision. But don't run to get your tickets quite yet. The purpose of sending Rondo to the D-League here would mainly be for him to get additional practice reps before returning to NBA game action. Finally, today is a big day for hockey fans as we get ready to drop the puck on the Winter Classic. Former Maine Black Bear Jimmy Howard is back from injury and will lead the Red Wings out on the ice. Set up inside the University of Michigan's football stadium. Detroit hosts the Toronto Maple Leafs today, New Year's Day, with a 1 p.m. start time. The game could draw up to 115,000 people, which would be the biggest crowd ever at a hockey game. And you can be sure we'll have highlights from that game later on tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, Brittany. Now here's meteorologist Jim Dickey with a look at today's weather forecast.
Cold start to 2014 here today. Happy New Year. Your AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by Quality Jewelers, 57 Washington Street, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor. For buying that perfect gift or selling your silver or gold, it's Quality Jewelers. Fairly quiet out there, just a couple of clouds. Now you see the lake effect streamers coming off of Lake Ontario, some snow across portions of Ohio into Michigan. There's an Arctic front that is set up across the region, colder air rushing in. It will be a frigid day in most locations. Many spots getting nowhere near the teens here today, held in the single digits throughout. High pressure dominates, keeping it dry, but as this front is still stalled out, as we head forward in time, a new system is going to interact with that, form up, potential for some significant snow as the week comes to a close. But as far as today is concerned, staying dry, some sunshine here, 19. Eastport Machias held at 14 with sun into Woodland, keeping it at 18 degrees. Cold, but sunny into Ellsworth. 21 with some sunshine into Belfast, keeping it at a cold 12 in Skowhegan. Teens for Waterville and Augusta, keep it at 8. Cold day in Dexter and Lincoln, barely above 0 in Greenville at 1. Cold 6 in Millinocket, also at 6 in the Dover Foxcroft. 12 here in Bangor, under partly to mainly sunny skies. Again, keeping it dry, bit breezy throughout into the overnight hours, all the way down to minus 16. Now, if we reach this before midnight, which isn't very likely, that would set a new record for New Year's Day. The record for January 2nd, that's well down into the mid to upper minus 20, so we won't come close to that. But cold, brutally cold, all in all, dangerously cold to be out and about tonight. The marine forecast, the small craft advisory in effect through the evening. Winds stream out of the northwest, 20-25 knots, gusts at times as high as 30 knots. And now we step on through to exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast. Again, threat for snow. Storm system rolling up the coast. At this point in time, looks like the heaviest snow will stay to our south, but somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 inches not out of the question with this storm here lasting into Friday, staying cold throughout as well. Both nights well down below 0. A cold Saturday as well at 10. Back to the 20s on Sunday. Next threat for snow comes on Monday.
Your adventure begins at Vacation Landing.
The rooms are clean. Cleanest rooms I've ever been in. There's a fantastic breakfast room where you can make your own waffles.
I've met so many wonderful people that I can't even explain how they're like my family now.
Come as a stranger and leave as a friend. Your adventure begins at Vacation Landing.
Keep
EBS Building Supplies knows time is the most valuable resource you have. That's why they offer free delivery anywhere in their service area. Fast, convenient, and free. That's the EBS way. So whether you're a professional contractor or a do-it-yourself homeowner, no delivery is too small or too big, and custom ordering is always available. Use EBS free delivery to make your life easier and your home improvement project complete faster. EBS Building Supplies. Can do. Just ask.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy them more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Fun, excitement, sport and recreation, family and friends. Bangor Brewer Lanes offers 24 candlepin bowling lanes, leagues, a snack bar, lounge, and one of the only ticket redemption arcades in the area. Have your next party at Bangor Brewer Lanes, Wilson Street, Brewer.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
In life, we all make masks to hide behind. We might make a mask to disguise our true intentions, another to hide our sins. Well, think about masks. You can't hide behind them forever. And there's always one that gives you away.
And finally this morning, we've had a lot of laughs sitting right here on this desk. Many of them we were able to share with you over the air. Here's a look back at our year in bloopers. Enjoy.
Welcome back. Several country music stars stopped by the Fox 4-in-1 Country Studios to talk new music. Fox's Ashley DeVorkin has more in tonight's Fox 4-in-1 Country Roundup.
Hard to say. Country
Hard to
Roundup.
say.
It's Friday.
Country Roundup.
It's Friday.
Thank you, Aaron.
Jared, I'm scared.
Ooh.
He was joking!
Coming up tonight at 6 on ABC 7 News.
Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Coming up tonight, we'll get local reactions to blah, 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 blah. Let's run that one. I like it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, really. News. No, I don't have the serious face. Sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. With flu season striking early this year, we'll tell you how Bangor schools are protecting students. And even with the bone-numbing temperatures,
Well, Jared, have you ever wondered what a Gatorade shower feels like?
Aaron Jackson's about to fill us in with our first look at sports when we come back. Stay with us.
Nobody's here.
Welcome back. Well, it's just one of those nights I prematurely threw to break, and Aaron was supposed to fill us in on a first look at sports before that time. So, Aaron, take it away.
Well, thanks, Jared. I guess we got to spend some quality time together during the break. Those hoping for a competitive night. Games yesterday were postponed because of the rain. That meant even more Legion action today.
Oh, I run the teleprompter for Aaron, and sometimes it kind of freaks out. That's what he's laughing at.
Yeah.
You start the show, and you see the words just spinning
Just
by.
going up and down and up and down.
Cue. Are we live? Am I live? Are we live? Well, hello, Bangor.
Is that real? Welcome back. An Augusta drug bust leads police to seize $10,000 worth of marijuana.
Don't you got nothing to do then worry about my friends? Check it. Blue jean baby.
Coming up in sports and your 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, Aaron Jackson did not write us a tease, so I don't have anywhere to go from here.
So we'll just say generically sports after this.
Aaron, better break out the hairspray, Jared.
I know.
Those curls are going to be out of control.
Welcome back. We just had Carrie Tripp on the show. We're talking about all the events coming up this week and in the next couple weeks.
So much to do.
Absolutely. And I just want to take a quick moment to apologize about this Kabang run. I thought it was like a Naked Mile type thing, and it's not. And I wanted to say I'm quickly sorry about that. I was a little confused.
But it will still be awesome.
It'll be a good time. I promise you. but not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Glow in the dark. You can't beat that.
Can't beat glow in the dark.
That does it for us on Fox 22. Thanks for watching.
We'll see everyone bright and early tomorrow morning. And don't you think a naked run would be so much better? Come on. Well, that does it for us on Fox 22. Thank you for watching. From everyone here at Fox and ABC7, have a happy and healthy new year.